Congratulations to the winner from Pub.
I had it unchecked. I promise I did. Good to see everybody out there. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and happy Batman Day to everybody out there. May the 4th be with you, however you look at it. It is Kentucky in the TRUCS Series, the Kentucky 240. Of course, brought to you by the National Motorsports Simulation Association TRUCS Ultimate Championship Series. These guys are getting ready to lock and load here for the next 50 seconds, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, it's just going to be what it is. I hope you are having a fantastic evening out there in the world of iRacing and, of course, in the world of gaming. Esports is basically just everything. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and the National Motorsports Simulation Association Facebook page. Starting next week, we will be live on Facebook for all of our iRacing broadcasts. So if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, keep in mind that we will be on our Facebook page only for our iRacing broadcasts. All of our gaming will be on our Twitch and Facebook pages, and we will upload the replays of the races to our YouTube channel. Just kind of trying to build it in a different direction, kind of trying to figure things out and get things ready to rock and roll. So keep that in mind for next week. We'll be live on our Facebook page. Signature Esports, of course, is the platform. So give us a like and follow Dean Kinsey out there. Sent you a reply. Thank you very much. Big hey to you out there. They're going to get things ready to rock and roll. Starting grid for Kentucky is getting ready to roll off here. Matt Grenier is going to be the first guy out there. New driver for me here. First time I'm at least seeing him in here. So the number 17 is going to be your pole sitter, Joseph Mahar. The number 2 is going to be the outside pole sitter, row number 1. Thomas Light, the 98, is going to be there with my friend George Williams in the number 40. Austin Shoemaker, local here to the Missouri area. He is driving the number 15 today. He's going to be there in row number 5. Chris Bedwell, the 95, is going to be in row number 3 as these guys start to kind of figure things out here, and they're going to get into some stage racing. Chris Shoemaker is going to be right behind the other Shoemaker. He's going to be there in the number 4. Wyatt Brackett's going to be there in the 33, row number 4. Rich Swavely in the 38, looking for a win here as he searches from row number 5 inside of Tyler Dixon in the number 54. Sean Harrington, the number 78, is going to be in row number, well, my expansion just loaded. Apologies about that, folks. The 78 is going to have Mike Watts, the 84, to his outside. We're going to move down that starting grid here, which is a good thing because pretty much everything, my overlays, everything runs from the expansion, so we need to make sure that that stays there. Down the starting grid, Daniel Holcroft, the number 31, is going to be there with Dylan Hastings in the number 8. That's going to make up row number 7. Row number 8 is going to be Clint Leatherwood and Ray Rogers in the 51. Wesley Burchett in the number 76 is going to have Cliff Clanton in the 57 in row number 9. Row number 10 is going to make up James Kunkel and Nick Gardner. David Brackett's going to be there in the number 3. He's going to have Dylan Jones to his outside. Dustin Reeves and Jacob Sala is going to be out there in row number 12. That's going to be number 14, Indiana native. Moving down the starting grid, Reeves, we talked about Zala, we talked about Easley. Kip Easley's going to be there in the number 25 position in that number 24. He's going to have Tony Edrington to the outside of him with that Wolf Racing number 77. Brad Fulham in the 19. He's going to be there with Andrew Moletta in row number 14. Dana Shepard, Garrett Brown, all back in the mix. You're going to see those guys starting from row number 15. David Harden and Mitchell Howell, the number 61, is going to be there, row number 16 to the backside. Zach Taylor up there running the numbers and keeping everything ready to rock and roll. Race information for you here. We're going to start with the track conditions. 1.46 miles in length is 68-degree track temperature right now. That's going to change as these trucks get in here. Now we're going to have 64-degree air temperature, but that 76% humidity is going to be a big factor here for tire wear. Clear skies all the way throughout as we go from sunset to nighttime. 4-mile-an-hour wind. 3 stages, all 4, and 40 laps apiece for stage 1 and stage 2. And then an 80-lap shootout to the very end tire wear is going to be a big factor here. Omega Leaf CBD is going to be your starting grid and race information sponsor today. Omega Leaf CBD, use promo code TRUCS25 to get yourself a fancy little discount out there. All good things for those drivers out there. Good to see each and every one of you. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share out there if you enjoy what you see. And oh man, we're just going to get things ready to rock and roll and have some fun. That's for darn sure. Kentucky 240. Going to be hot and heavy here. Let's see. Where are we at? National Motorsports. Let's see. There it is. 4 sets of tires total, so 3 tire changes. So they're going to have to hold on to as much of the tires as they can get. Tire changes roughly about stage length worthy. Fuel window is going to be shorter, somewhere around the 30 mark, 32 mark. I believe somewhere in the realm of what we've seen in the past. A couple of laps shorts. Waiting for the green flag here. It's going to be the 1785. They're going to get it. 17 fastest in qualifying the other day, so now they're going to be ready to rock and roll here. Turn 1 about to be busy. 17 low line, 85 of Mahar to the outside, Thomas Light to the inside. George Williams going to pick up the outside row with him as well. He's going to have the 15 there with him, so side by side is it for second as the 98 gets put 3 wide. Almost 3 wide. 17 carrying, good speed, front stretch, lap 1. Nice and clean for the drivers. Green out front, moving and grooving. It'll be 17, 98, 15, 4, 38. Williams falls back to 10th. He kind of, what's going on, Pierce? You're good to see you out there. That is Willie's daughter. Hopefully you're having a fantastic night. I know I just talked to you a moment ago. Matt Grenier is going to be in line here, utilizing pretty much all of the track at the moment. So we'll see if he settles into one particular line, or is he going to just kind of run what he needs to. Thomas Light closing the distance here last time by a little bit faster. Ran almost equal laps to the race leader, but it's showing him as the fastest. 37.557 for Grenier, and last time by Light ran a 30.603. He's closing the distance this time by Thomas Light's last lap time. Going to be faster, 30.579. Going to hold on to the back bumper of the 17. You see him right there. Shoemaker losing a little bit of ground. The number 15, long run speed for everybody. As you see him moving and grooving here. Grenier out front. Going to have to hold off the 98. 98's going to pick a line here. Hot and heavy in the back. Man, George has put 3 wide at the moment. 78 to the inside. 31 there, almost 4 wide. 48 comes down to the 76 of Burchett. And he's going to go around 40 off the wall there. Man, oh man, he holds on to it. They're still green here. Wesley Burchett, and look at that. Caution is going to come out this time. We'll take a look here. For the 48 had, that was, who was in the 48? I have to look one more time. Normally I say James, it is James Kunkel. Mr. Kunkel. A whole lot of room going on there. Let's back it up here. Back it up. So this is the start of it here. As we'll see, here's James Kunkel trying to be there. Everybody's just kind of just trying to be. The 76 was there. 76 inside. They hold on to it. 48's there. They're beating and banging each other. They're going to get pit road exiting issues. 76 is going to be there as well. So that's what happened there. Then George Williams involved here. Let's take a look one more time. There's George. He's got the 78 there. 31 was to his outside, and the 31 elects him up there. The reason why it didn't call a caution because everybody kept moving in a forward motion there. So that's kind of how it goes. Back to live. They're under caution. First one of the race here. Is they're going to be there. I am doing just fine. Just fine. A bad day to everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Batman night. So normally their cautions or their stages were 35 laps apiece, and they're usually about 3 laps short. If they get another caution here, they pace around, they might be good on fuel through the end of the stage. That'll change a few things as far as strategy goes, but here as they pace around, you will see some changes on what driver's going to do what. Grenier, Shoemaker, there goes your lucky dog. He's going to the outside. That looks to be Mr. Holcroft. That's not Holcroft. Who is that? That's Mitchell Howell. Number 61. He's in 32nd place. He's going to be your lucky dog. He started, he had a pass-through penalty he had to serve at the beginning of the race, so he started a lap down, and he's going to be back out there. 17, 15, 4, 84, 85, and the 54. Hastings up to 7th now. Brackett, Leatherwood, Reeves. Biggest mover of the race right now is going to be Reeves. And the number 6, there is the Rowdy Chevrolet. Right behind him, Kip Easley. He's up the same amount of spots. He's up 13 as well, so that driver holding on for dear goodness. Garrett Brown up 13 positions. And Dave Harden. There is the 34. He's up 13 positions. Driver off the most spots at the moment. That's going to be our good buddy George. George is out there getting his truck fixed at the moment. It looks like a dented pop can. Poor guy. Moving and grooving. To get back to it. What's up, Archer? Good to see you lurking for me. Appreciate you out there on Twitch. Archer, it's good to see you out there. They were 3 and 4 wide back there in 4th or in 8th, 9th, and 10th, and it just couldn't settle out. And of course, you want to have competitive racing, but you kind of want to take it easy for a little bit and get your wheels underneath you, get the tire wear just right, and move from there. Drivers in the field as we speak here. Let's take a look and see. Let's see, support. Oh. I tell you what, this thing right here is giving me fits, so I'm gonna, apologies about that popping up on the stream right there, folks. We raised 1K in Super Support on the Super Support Challenge out there, so thank you very much. You contributed, W. Piercer contributed 734 bits to our 1K challenge out on Twitch, so thank you very much for that. We'll do some more of that for everybody. 734 bits is a lot. Lights are still on the pace truck. We're going to at least do one more this time by as the sun sets here. Man, oh man. Have some fun. And yeah. There they go. Now they're going to be double file. Lights are off on the pace truck this time by. And it's going to be fun. Let's see if my cameras are working. Yeah, there they are. There's the Toyota right there. That's Grenier. That's what he's driving, a Toyota Chevy to his outside. Look at that field. Sunset coming across the truck. Take a picture. It lasts. You hear him in on the clutch right there, not using any fuel right now. Now, I am on a stream delay, and I do this on purpose because of the strategies for the drivers. I don't want to give anything away to them, so we are on a stream delay. But it's roughly about 10 seconds from me to the internet, and another 10 to 15 seconds from the internet to what we're doing out there. So all good things for everybody. Here we go. Let's get done. Pace car's gonna dive off. We're gonna get ready to rock and roll. Jaybird, good to see you. Good to see you out there, man. Doing great. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing phenomenal, man. You are absolutely awesome. Yeah, every once in a while I get that. I have a nice cord for my expansion, but every once in a while, it got loose on me, so we had to get back. Had to get it back in where it was supposed to be, and it happened again. All right. Back at it, we're green again here. Fred, the Barney flag man, he was ready to rock and roll. 15 to the back bumper of the 17. 17 was fast, but some of the other drivers behind him were much faster. 4 to the inside of teammate the number 15, but he's not. He's going to settle in there. Joe Mahar is moving back there. Joe Mahar off from second. He is trying to hold on to those positions. The 8 to the outside of the 85. The 54 is going to be right there to the back bumper of the 84 in front of him. Mahar holding on to the bottom line. Kentucky, multi-group track, but there are no off limits here, so you can kind of drive wherever it'll let you. Mike Watts, the 84, cruising around the 4, trying to get up to, or around the 54. Apologies about that. That's Tyler Dixon there. He is cruising. 8 to the high line. Joe Mahar trying to get to the high line as well, but there's Mr. Wyatt Brackett to the outside, 3 and 4 wide. People trying to make moves here. You can't really make moves unless you get yourself there. There's another Brackett. There's the 3 of David Brackett trying to find a lane here. These trucks are pretty easy to drive. They do get a little loose on older tires, but you can end up finding yourself flattening into the wall, which is what happened up here in front of the 33, I believe it was the 8 of Dylan Hastings, who's moved up to 6th. He was up against the wall a little bit right there, so a little right side damage for that truck as you see him come across the start-finish line. That right rear where the T on the tax layer is. Matt Grayer still out front. He's got a whole lot of company in the form of the 15 and the 4. Shoemaker driving to the back bumper and holding. And oh man, they're still going. It's still kind of nice to see. This is riding along with the number 4. He's right behind his teammate, the 15. This is second and third right here. And you'll see the reflection. I think some of the grandstands were missing back there for iRacing. That was a little weird. Moving on, Mike Watts, the 84. He is about a second off of the race leader. He and Dixon are trying to hold on to it. And that's the number 54 of Dixon. Hastings, Gardner, Brackett, Leatherwood, Reeves. That's going to be the top 10 for the drivers. Right now, no solid biggest mover. Still 4 of the drivers that we were talking about before. Nick Gardner up 13 spots. He is in 7th. 16 trying to drive his way to the front. Dustin Reeves still up 13 positions as well. The number 6 trying to work his way around the 29 to Clint Leatherwood. Leatherwood going places. He is right there, up 6 spots. White Brackett worked his way back to where he started in 8th. And he is holding on. That 33 doing a phenomenal job today. Let's go Zala, number 14. Driving for the old... Zach Taylor used to drive that Nazala in there, driving that Ford. He is up 8 spots and continuing trying to look forward here. Came to pit road on 16 to get his fuel, so he is looking for the long run here. 16 of 160, about 24 laps before the stage break here. Lap 17 being completed as we speak. 0.2 of a second between Grenier and Shoemaker. First driver on a little bit different strategy is going to be Andrew Moletta, the number 66. He's up 13 spots, started 28th, and number 66 came in, has a full tank of fuel, and is ready to rock and roll. Zala's going to be right there behind him. And right now, the 3 coming to pit road. That's going to be David Brackett. He's in to get his fuel. Need to be on a different strategy than most. Thomas Light got a little bit of damage repaired whenever he came to pit road, but he took fuel as well. No tires for that driver. He started 3rd. He is in 16th, all 13. 57, Cliff Clanton. He is right behind him. He's up 1 spot. Clanton started 18th. And right now he is trying to do his best. Keep going. Reeves, 13. That's your top 10 right there. He's right behind. I said white behind Wyatt Brackett. Man, I can't speak today. Sound like a little bit of Elmer Fudd going on here. Wyatt Brackett, the number 33, and right there you see some of the drivers utilizing different lines as they come around 3 and 4. Long stretch look right there. Some drivers utilizing the traditional drive line. Some of them trying to find their way around people in front of them. Kind of the way it goes. Top three, though, about a second and a quarter off of fourth place as Grenier trying to hold on. Another second back from fourth to fifth is Tyler Dixon. 1.3 seconds off the leaders. Searches for something to go his way to be able to catch up to that draft. And I think he is. I think he's gaining a little bit of ground there. Mike Watts falling off pace, though. He's got a whole lot of company in the form of the 16 and the 8. Gardner to the back bumper, the 84, the 8, trying to push it to the outside. 16's going to get there to the outside. They might try a pass on the outside. Tandem 2 here. 16 trying to get there. He's going to carry speed. 84 on to pit road this time by Dylan Hastings and company are moving front stretch for the drivers. 16, 8. And the 29 of Leatherwood. Reeves is there, the number 6. Up 15 spots. Skip Easley, he's going to be your unofficial, official biggest mover of the race. 24 up 16 positions now as folks come on the pit road, get a splash and go and get back out there to hold on to their laps. Wyatt Brackett a lap down. That's the number 33. When he came to pit road, he came into everything that he could. Wyatt Brackett. It's Wesley Burchett. When he came to pit road, he got some damage fixed. And right now, he's still scored on the lead lap. 76. Need a whole lot more help. George is back out there, folks. If you were wondering what happened to George, well, he's still running. Yes, he is. Wyatt Brackett, there's Wyatt Brackett. He is all over the back bumper. He came to pit road. He got a splash of fuel. I say splash. He filled up the tank, and he said, let's go. We're going places. Mike Watts, the 84, also came up there and did himself some justice. Matt Grenier extending the lead 0.6 of a second over Shoemaker as the 24. The 24th lap is being completed. Eventually, somebody's got to come to pit road, and who's going to break from the top and do that? Tyler Dixon, the 54 there. Going to be able to make it on fuel, I do believe. Nope, I take that back. He is not going to be able to make it on fuel. Zala's going to be able to make it on fuel, though. He came on lap 6. Filled that sucker up and is ready to go. He's got Thomas Light, the 98, behind him. Fill it up. Go, JT, says Ron. Ron, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you very much. Big reminder to everybody, get out there and follow us on all the platforms. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Signature Esports is the platform. Much appreciation to you. Here it is. It's supposed to be it. We're gonna look. Here we go. Now it's gonna work, I think. Maybe. There you go. And of course, for all the gaming stuff, if you want to get out there and watch me do what I do best, get out there and follow me on Twitch. Do it. Signature Esports on Twitch, and then of course we have Signature Esports on YouTube as well. That's where we're going to be kind of focusing our gaming aspects. Some of our podcasts are going to be up there. We are going to be working on some podcast things coming up real soon. Jay Bird out there giving a big old shout out to the number 14 once again, says bring it home as they're doing a phenomenal job at the moment. Let's see if they set up their driver details. Here's the number 14. New drivers in the field. We're going to kind of hit on these guys a little bit. Sean Harrington, the number 78. Your name for me. I think I've seen, well, we know we've seen Brad Fulham. We've seen Dana Shepard right there, the number 43. Driver for me. Seen Mr. Clanton's coming to pit road. Cliff Clanton, the number 57. New driver for me. He's coming to pit road this time by. If I have not said Dylan Jones, not seen the Saltville, Virginia native. If I have, I do apologize. Tyler Dixon. Here's the Abingdon. I think we've seen Mr. Tyler time or two. Matt Grenier's a new name for me, though. Saco, Maryland. Native's going to have the 15 to the inside as Shoemaker digs in there. Austin Shoemaker, he's from my area, Lebanon, Missouri. As backstretches, what's going on here? Shoemaker to the inside of the 17. He's going to dive into the corner. He and the 4 both. 17, that Toyota coming off pace just a little bit. Grenier looked like he was coming to pit road. Shoemaker's going to lead this time by. Everybody coming to pit road except this guy. Leatherwood is out there, though. Leatherwood's not coming to pit road just yet. Austin Shoemaker carrying speed backstretch for him. He is all alone. All alone. 31 of 160. And here in about, I was going to say here very shortly, you're going to see him come to pit road. And he's going to get in there, get a splash and go. Leatherwood's coming in. Joe Mahar, he's not. Mahar's out for another lap. He's going to lead this time by. There's the number 85 and his wings. We know that that's coming. 66 of Moletta. He should be good to go. We will see as they come around this time by. Joe Mahar out front leading. Shoemaker in his pit stall is not quite a lap down. He is coming out, though, this time by. So we're going to see how this is going to work in his favor as we see Moletta and Harrington come out. Shoemaker, he was one of the drivers that we saw come in and off pit road. He got it to his pit stall and got to it quick because Austin Shoemaker is going to pull out right behind his teammate, and that is about the difference. He's going to be right there in front of the 17, so he was in front of the 17 when he came to pit road. Joe Mahar in this time, so he's going to be on pit road. Moletta's going to be out there. He's got Brackett going around him. And the 66 looking for a stage win here. He's got to hold off Harrington, who's Fulham. Sorry, he's got to hold off Fulham, who's battling for second. He gets around Harrington. The number 78. All happenstance situations for the drivers. Right now, Leatherwood a lap down, trying to go around. Maybe try to get himself back on the lead lap. Rogers, Swavely, Mahar, a lot of drivers a lap down. And Moletta coming to pit road this time by. So Brad Fulham's going to lead him here. He came in on lap 8 under caution. And I do believe he may make it on fuel. He may not. He may not make it on fuel. We'll see. Kind of see what we're going to be here. 35 of 160. It was kind of a quick caution for most of the drivers, and might be just trying to make it on a good strategy here. Brad Fulham out front. 98 says Sean Harrington coming to pit road this time by. So is Wesley Burchett. He's coming to pit road from 4th and 5th. So we're seeing something different here. 36. Lap 36 being completed, basically 4.5 laps before the end of this stage here. Fulham out front. Kunkel's going to be 2.5 seconds off. 48 had that right side damage early on. He's coming to pit road. Brad Fulham. Wonder if he clutched it in. See how this is going to work for him. The 10 trying to go around Brad Fulham there. Garrett Brown trying to get a lap back, and you're going to see Ray Rogers, who would be in the lucky dog situation if that were on him. But I do believe that the 51, Ray Rogers, will make it clear. He's going to go down there and stick it out. Kunkel in on pit road. Brad Fulham's going to stick it out a little bit longer. Chris Shoemaker looking for his 24 seconds of fame here, because that is the distance between Brad Fulham and Chris Shoemaker in the number 4. And we have the 15, the 17, the 84, the 54, And you got to remember, once the competition caution comes out, they'll restart this race basically on 45, depending on if iRacing does it fast or does it slow, between 45 and 46. 19 to pit road this time. Chris Shoemaker is going to be coming around to try to take over the lead here. We will see the race off pit road as the 19 in for fuel here. A splash and go is pretty much all he's going to be able to get. 2 laps shy. So that 2 cautions would have let them have at it and race to the end of it. So that does mean that when they come back and race again, they will still have to come to pit road. 32 is really all that you can get. 32 to 33 laps out of these. So if they don't do something with it, they will have to come to pit road. They're not going to be able to race to the end. So it's going to be all about pit strategy on this one. Let's go, Clint, says Harger out there. Leatherwood back up inside the top 10. Shoemaker coming around. He's going to make it 1 to go here as 39 is being completed. Lap 40. It's a race between teammates here. The 4 and the 15. Grenier in third. He's going to be holding on. Matt Grenier off 2 spots. He does have Tyler Dixon tracking him down, though. Tyler Dixon right there on the back bumper. Chris Shoemaker is going to come around turn 4, though. Front stretch for both of the drivers. And Chris Shoemaker is going to win stage 1 here at Kentucky. Austin Shoemaker finishes in second. Dixon third. Watts, Gardner, Brackett, Hastings, Leatherwood, Light, and Brown. That's going to be your top 10 for the drivers. They're going to rack them, stack them, bring them back around, and we're going to load them up and do them again. Everybody coming in for fuel and tires. You know that's going to happen. Coming around to meet the pace car. Pace car usually exits turn 1 right about here. There we go. Congratulations to the number 4. He wins stage 1. Ooh, they lock it down there. And let's see, did anybody stay a lap down that time by? We will take a look here. I don't believe, I think Edrington, Oldcroft, Zala, those guys are going to be a lap down. If they were smart, they went ahead and took tires, but they did not. They just took all fuel. They needed to take tires in that pit stop. If you're going to have to pit that late, you might as well take tires as well, so that way when you come around, you can still, 1 or 2 laps to go, you can still be competitive. Man, that might hurt their chances a little bit, so we'll see what happens here. Maybe a quick caution will put 1 or 2 of them back on the lead lap. Well, they're going to be on the lead lap, but hopefully they'll be able to keep a hold of it. It does look like Oldcroft's going to be your lucky dog. Here he is, 31, getting the wave around. He's going to be your lucky dog. Yeah. Let's see, Brad Fulham leading him around here. Does look like Brad did not come to pit road this time. Or if he did, he only took fuel. He went on 38, so he only took fuel. So he's going to be back out front, the 19. Another driver that I think probably should have taken tires did not, so we will see. It does look like the 40 is going to get a free pass here, so that's good to see. Mr. Williams out there still racing. He's 10 laps down. That is all because of damage. 9 laps. It will be 9 laps this time. Zala's looking for a lucky dog situation. Fulham coming to pit road. He must have been listening. Mike Watts coming to pit road as well. Those guys, whenever they came to pit road under all of that, they did not get fuel. Tyler Dixon's going to stay out. He's going to have the 54 there. He came to pit road. I think they're trying to hold on to an extra set of tires here. It kind of see, like, you know who I see being fast? Shoemaker. He's got 4 fresh field goals. You know who else is going to be fast? Everybody else? Dustin Reeves, tires. And if this thing stays green, let's see, Howell, Kunkel, Arrington, Clanton, Harden, Grenier, all these guys that are going to be working their way to the front here, they came in, they took tires, and I think Grenier might be still a lap down, but if he's still a lap down, he's not lap down, he's just dealing in the field. 17 was your pole sitter. So take those tires. But these guys on the older tires, you know, they're gonna. I just don't see this working very well for some of these guys with brand new tires. Gonna be a lot of drifting up the track for all the drivers. All right, here goes the 51. Ray Rogers, I believe Ray might come in and top it off a lap before. Lights are going to go off on the pace car, or on the pace truck. And a free pass is going to be given to Zala. He's going to go around. Zala can't enter pit road, so he's going to have to hold on to what he has for the time being. But when he does come to pit road, boy howdy, you better hold on to it. Only one caution for incident. Second caution goes to the stage, and number 4, Chris Shoemaker, is going to be the guy out there. And, oh man. Alrighty. Going to catch up to the field here. Tyler Dixon. Electing the outside lane. He's going to have the 15 of Shoemaker to the bottom. Everybody has some fuel. A few drivers have some tires. Let's see what happens here. If this thing runs green, we're talking a difference of lap times here. I know that some drivers try to save an extra set of tires for the long run, but I don't know. 54-15. They get it. 54 goes. Now the green flag flies here. Wyatt Brackett to the outside for third. 16 of Gardner to the inside. And you know who is coming? This guy, the 4. He restarted in, I believe, 10th. And the new tires allowed him to get a jump. And a whole lot of jump. Because now he's got fresh tires. He's got Dylan Hastings to his inside. Hastings might be pushing the boundary a little bit on the back bumper. But patience is going to have to be a big key here. Got to settle in. Clint Leatherwood on fresh tires, or not on fresh tires, sorry. Dustin Reeves on fresh tires. The number 6, he's going to be able to drive around the 29 pretty easily here. And so is the 10. We're talking 35 laps. In 35 laps, you can pretty much lap the field if you're on fresher tires to folks that are driving, 2 or 3 seconds slower than you are. The 4 to the inside is going to be able to carry the inside line. He's going to carry inside his teammate there. Chris Shoemaker is going to be out front here before you know it. Inside the 15, 54 is going to be there. 4 is going to be right there to the back. Look how much he can turn the inside of that track over the 54. Chris Shoemaker electing to get tires, hoping this thing would run green. And so far, so good for the 4. As he's going to be side by side with the 54. Dixon not going to be able to hold off those fresh tires for very long. Now, things will even out as things start to progress, but just watch the lead here. This is going to be a change. Draft important, downforce important, but before he's got tires, man. I mean, that relative is already to half a second, and they haven't even. He's only had the lead for half of a lap. Crazy strategy for a lot of the folks, but we'll see. JT needs a new pit crew, needs the Solski voice. You know, some of the things that you can see out there, so the more that you get in and off pit road, like with practices and stuff like that, the more you actually train your pit crew. Now, I've heard people talk about this, and I had to put it to the test, and I did over a practice session. My pit crew got faster and faster and faster if I selected the same things that I normally would select during a race. And right now, drivers with tires, Dustin Reeves, the 6, trying to get around the 15. He's going to do so. Fresh tires. They're ruling the roost right now. 6 to the inside of the 15. And I know the strategy that they're working on here, but hopefully it works in their advantage later on. Hopefully they will need that extra set that is saving, and right now that might be the benefit for them here. So caution does come out. We're going to take a look and see what happened, because I am unsure of what happened there. All that I'm going to do is just put on. I don't know what happened here, folks. Let's take a look one more time. Let it through. Ooh, Leatherwood. Here's Clint Leatherwood back here. Let's see what happened here. I think the 3 to the inside of the 57. That's what that looks like. Far chase view. We're going to look at what happened with the 3 here. This is David Brackett in the 3. And the 57 there. So this is what happened. This is the start or the exit of turn 4. Into the gas. 57's going to be there. He's out of the gas. The 3's going to be there. They're 3 wide. Ooh, 3 and the 57 kind of finagle each other a little bit. Leatherwood's going to be up there. 57's going to go around. And that's Cliff Clanton right there. So the 3 and the 57 kind of collect each other. 7 got the, they didn't get too bad of a deal there. And pretty much everybody in on pit road this time by, including Chris Shoemaker, who's going to come in probably for a splash and go. Tyler Dixon, the 54, who was in second, holding off a few drivers with some fuel. We'll see what happens here. Austin Shoemaker probably going to have to play the long-term gain here and just take fuel. He's barely able to stretch his tires. Fuel for Mahar, Shoemaker, Dixon. Fuel. Fuel, Swavely a little faster. I think Rich Swavely took tires. Nick Gardner took tires to 16. I know that David Brackett took tires. Mike Watts took tires. Holdcroft in for some damage. That's the 7. That's the 31 right there. He's still in on pit road. Yeah, he's still in. Leatherwood, he's back here. He's getting some damage fixed. He's going to hold on for a little while. I know Clanton, the 57, is going to be there as well. Danish Shepard's out there looking for a free pass. You believe your lucky dog might have been. I want to say your lucky dog was. No, it's not Dane. It's not Shepard. It was Zala looking for a free pass, so he'll be back on the lead lap this time by. Should be back on the lead lap. He's got Mahar in front of him. Take that back. Mahar's your race leader. By the way, that fuel was working there. We went back, so that's 10 laps total. So Mahar aimed at pit road on 44, took fuel then. And it makes me wonder, take tires. Let's see what happens. I tell you what, it's going to be fun to see. Ron, you want to join the series? Sign you up. The water bottle out. And yes, a caution did come. It did happen. Right there, you know, the situation when you're running the low line and you're 3 wide, sometimes you're in iRacing. The spotter does not let you know who's going to be a lap, or who's going to be what is it? 3 wide in the middle. It will tell you far down low if you're up high, and then quite often, sometimes it does mess up. There it is. Ron, you got to get a hold of the National Motorsports Simulation Association Facebook page. They will be able to hook you up with all the details on how to get involved with this series. I am just their broadcaster. I got nothing to do with it. I mean, I do. I just broadcast. That's what I do. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, this week broadcasts Thursday and Friday. No TRUCS Series, no Xfinity Series, but we do have the signature eNASCAR All-Star Race this Saturday. That's going to be brought to you by B&H IT Services. Make sure that you tune in for that Saturday night. A lot of fun for us. I'm excited to do it. It's right before Mother's Day, so might as well do a Rocket League tournament on Sunday morning. This Sunday, for those who are about that. And Sunday afternoon, we do not have a broadcast. So it's going to be super awesome. Man. It's just a light week this week, so we're going to do a lot of gaming. Probably too much gaming. What I am doing is I'm working on the stream for Rocket League because I want it to be crisp for everybody. Now it's very hard to do that because it's a very fast-paced game, and there's a lot of things that it pixelates and it's hard to get to all of that to straighten out. But I am working on it. I am doing my best, so that's really awesome. iRacing I can run at 60 frames a second, and you folks will find it enjoyable. It uploads in 720 and 10, or you watch it in 1080. It uploads in 720. It's kind of nice. Mahar, Shoemaker, Dixon, Shoemaker. That's how you do it. Green again. Mahar trying to lead it here. How aggressive is too aggressive? 4 to the outside of the 85. The 4 is going to try to take that lead back. As he won stage 1, he's going to try to sweep the stages. We'll see what happens here. 4 was fast. Mahar kind of all alone. Higher line working. Mahar's going to give up second to the 54 here. Mahar, come on, buddy. The 4 fast. He's already out front. Man, oh man, that's some tight racing going on there. 54 outside. Dixon trying to give it up to the higher line. He's going to have it. 6 is going to be on fresher tires as well. Reminder that he did get fuel, but the 6 on fresher tires trying to go around Joe Mahar. Tyler Dixon as well. We're going to see here as things start to stretch themselves out. Another driver right now trying to work their way through the field. 16 to the bottom, inside of Light. Light to the high line, 16 there. He's on fresh tires, 3 wide in front of him. He's got the 15 there. The 15 falling back a few spots, so is Joe Mahar. Wyatt Brackett there. Wyatt Brackett on fresh tires up against the wall. Mahar keeps it off the wall, though. Pulls it down, slows up, does a great job of keeping it there. We're following on with a 16. He is on a move. Shoemaker out front by a full second. Reeves and Brown trying to poke their noses out there to gain some time. The 6 finally gets there. Garrett Brown is on fresh tires as well. Mr. Kunkel He is there, 16 on fresh tires. The 16 trying to be just as fast. Everybody inside the top 5. Fresh tires around. 54 trying to find a way around to level the playing field here. Everybody's going to be able to make it on fuel, and that tire strategy might work here for the number 4. Even though there's another 29 laps, 30 laps before the end of the stage. I'm sorry, 19 to 20 laps before the end of the stage. Let me do my math correctly here. That 80 lap stage is going to be basically split into 2 sections. Somebody's going to try to keep those extra tires, and I would like to see, in my opinion, I would utilize stage 2 to put people down a lap on fresher tires and make them earn it on a longer green flag run, such as an 80 lap run. So that's going to give you two sets of tires to be able to do it. So now that I've changed my tires once, I am going to split my stages. I'm going to go with 32. 32 laps to as much as I can. Change my tires then. Another 32 laps. Change my tires then. And do it again. That's how I roll. But there are people out here who are going to split that second half of the third stage, the final part of the stage. Reeves and Gardner starting to catch Shoemaker here. Shoemaker had to burn up a lot of tires on that first restart after the competition caution. And right now, I think he's just trying to save as much as he can. Gardner to the inside of the 6. Gardner holding it down. 18 spots, the number 16. Right now, they are just moving. Garrett Brown in 4th. Missed Cockle. There he is. He's in 5th. He's being patient. That's all he's doing. Like, look, I'm just driving. Early issues between he and Burchett, and that leveled out. It's Mr. Burchett who is here. Where'd he go? 76 and 26th spot at the moment. He is right behind the 34 of David Harden, off 9 spots. He started 17th. He's in 26th. Dave Harden at 6. Rich Swavely, the number 38, he's moving. He's off 15, so he needs a little bit of help in the right direction. Hoping that the next 15 laps won't be an issue. 57 high on the 4 there. 16 of Gardner trying to go low on the 4. The 4 up high, trying to carry the high line speed. 16 low, making him burn up those tires side by side. The 4 and the 16. 16 might win this one. Shoemaker, just edging him out just a little bit there, but for how long? 4 very good on the high line. That's how he got the lead before. He is forcing the 16 to utilize all of those tires on the bottom line. That's not a bad idea. Dustin Reeves, the 6. Gardner trying to pull ahead just a little bit here. Working on trying to clear the 16, but 4 inking back. 16's going to lead that lap. But if the 4 can just hold on to his line here and just carry the way that he needs to, a little side draft action coming off the backstretch. All that these two are doing, they're allowing the 6 and the 10 to come into the picture here. The 4 is going to carry down. He let the 16 burn up a few laps of tires trying to get around him there. And now the 4 is going to carry just the same line that he did before. Watch how he works it here for the next lap. Forcing the 16 to run that line, that low line. That low line, yes, it's supposed to be the fastest on the racetrack, but you got to save tires in this field, and eventually you're going to start washing up that track. And right there, the 4 is going to be there to pounce. You see that egg-shaped arc. A little bit slower this time. Nick Gardner takes over the lead, and he is comfortable there. Yeah, to burn him up to get there. All right, let's go through it. Mitchell Howell, the 61. inside Wyatt Brackett. That's the battle going on right there. 54, a little crossover. 61 trying to hold on to that bottom line. You see him touch the corner. Trying to be patient. 54 off the wall a little bit. That's Dixon. 61 gets in there. And he is up 22 spots. Top 10 searching here for the stage. 71 laps in. They come across the line. About 8 seconds off the race leader. It's about 10 laps to go before the end of the stage here. Nick Gardner out front. Shoemaker will have to settle for a two spot for the moment. 6th of Reeves trying to hold on here. Pole sitter back to 6th now after restarting 27th. Worked himself back into the mix here. Thinking about the long green flag run. Harrington, the number 78, started 11th. So the new driver just relaxing, chilling a little bit. 61 to the back bumper, 54 to the back bumper, and it's the battle going on here. That's Tyler Dixon and Mike Watts. Whoa, a little blink going on there. 61 to the bottom, 54 is going to have the 57. Somebody's going to utilize a draft. When you disappear, it disrupts the draft and it disrupts the driver in front of you. High line for the 57. 61 is going to be there right in the mix as well. So the 61 trying to utilize a different line. Wyatt Brackett behind him. Austin Shoemaker off 7 spots, carrying speed. He's a little bit faster than the drivers all the way to 3rd. Nick Gardner, though, last time by 31.73. Shoemaker 31.88. And being comfortable. There's our good buddy George Williams. He's going to go a lap down to the leaders. Another lap down, so he'll be 11 laps down this time by. 74 of 160. George just can't catch a lucky break. He started 4th today, and today just it didn't end up being his day. Gardner, Shoemaker, Brown, Reeves, Grenier. That's going to be the top 5. Kunkel, Harrington, Watts, Dixon, Owl. Gardner's last lap, a half second better. .1 seconds to lead. Last time by, things starting to level out. Take a look at the lap times as they come around here. Shoemaker was faster on 73. Gardner faster on 74 and 75. 76. Going to be a little bit more even paced. .77 of 160. The race has been going all right. It's been going all right. W. Piercer out there on Twitch asking us how the race has been going. It's been going pretty good. Appreciate you. Right now, some lap traffic about to be swallowed up here. Gardner leading. Let's see. W. Piercer contributed to 2,028 total to the Community Growth Challenge with the Money Drop Challenge, so that's absolutely awesome. Which, having some fun. Appreciate you out there doing that as well. A reminder, folks, that starting next week, we're going to be Facebook only for our iRacing broadcasts. We've got to continue to move forward with that progress. So those who are out there watching on any other platform, make sure you go follow us on Facebook. Where our platform is growing. I think we're somewhere close to 1,900 followers at the moment. So getting better and better as it continues to, or bigger and bigger, not better and better, bigger and better as we continue to go. 16 of Gardner coming around. He's going to take it to the backstretch. 1.1 seconds between he and Shoemaker here. And turn 3, turn 4 is going to be fun here, because number 16 wins stage number 2. It'll be Shoemaker, Brown, Reeves, Grenier, Kunkel, Harrington, Watts, Dixon, and then the 15 of Austin Shoemaker for all the drivers. Good drive from the number 16. They're going to rack them, stack them one more time. Coming around to meet the pace truck, and we'll go back to it here in just a moment, folks. Appreciate everybody out there doing what you do. Reminder that we're going to be always streaming as much as we can, and you know, our esports platform is absolutely wonderful. SignatureEsports.com for all of our league information as well. You can also get to right here with the, if you're out there and you're watching this one and you want to be a part of this TRUCS Series, make sure that you go to the National Motorsports Simulation Association Facebook page. That's going to be where you're going to be able to be a part of this. If you want to be a part of the PhilHab TRUCS Series, which is a signature eNASCAR TRUCS Series, then you will need to apply to that on iRacing. All of our league information is also on our website, SignatureEsports.com, of course. We run a Truck Series, an Xfinity Series, and a Cup Series this year. That is kind of where that's going to be for the time being. A little fuel, a little splash and go. Grenier's going to be in on pit road this time. I believe Gardner just took fuel. He sure did. Possibly hoping for another caution for him. Chris Shoemaker. Those tires. Sean Harrington, the 78. Fuel only for that driver as well. Mike Watts, fuel only for that driver. Let's put it for me. A lot of free pass cars in front of them, so those guys who are a lap down. Going to be Daniel Holdcroft at 31, Danish Shepard, Joseph Mahar, Zala is right there as well. He's 2 laps down at the moment. Clanton 5 laps down. George looking for a free pass here. He's off a few. Still out there driving. You can't give up, folks. That's the big factor here. Either looking for a free pass or he's looking for some more damage fixed. Hopefully he's gotten all that taken care of. Look for drivers to get swallowed up a little bit here early on. There's Joe Mahar out there. There's the 31 as well. Joe Mahar looking for a free pass. Lap down at the moment. Number 85 took a little right side damage, but he came out on 77 tires as well. So we'll see how this works for him. He was a few laps short on fuel, so he might have had to have done that anyway. Joe's super fast, so this will just put him back on the same level playing field with some of the drivers in front of him. Maybe he's going to have an extra set of tires in the bag as well, so we'll see how that works for him. 31 and the 85 are going to be out there for just a moment. All right, folks, I got to take a vocal break. I'll be right back. I have to get something to drink. That's break. I'll be right back with you. Pace around with him. So get ready to go here in just a moment. Sitting here chatting with you guys, and I forgot to unclick the big old M button that I have side by side back there with the 84. And those new tires about to really make a big difference. Grenier trying to get himself back to the front there. A little blink from the 84, but that is only happenstance for the time being. 4 to the inside of the 84 back there as the 16 still tries to hold on. Little slide from the 17 down into the corner. 17 on fresh tires, very fast early on inside the 84 there. But as we saw as a long green flag run happen, the 4 and the 15 were able to pass the 17 over a long stretch. So as they continue to move here side by side for the 4 and the 16, the 4 is going to be able to make that pass pretty easy. Those fresher tires, Grenier there to the inside as well. Matt Grenier, the Toyota, there in second. 21-22 iRating here to the 21-88 of Shoemaker. So evenly matched when it comes to what iRacing considers skill. Ooh, Milliam here and beating and banging going on in the field here. Seen a lot of outside line run in the 4, trying to save the tires as much as possible. An arcing turn for him. And you see Grenier run a very, very low line there. That is more accustomed to what he considered his driving style. But on a level playing field, you kind of got to hold on to what you have and the skill that you know that you have. Garrett Brown, the number 10, he's moved himself up a little bit here. He's up there inside the top 3. 90 laps in. They come around to make it 70 laps to go in the field here. For Shoemaker, Matt Grenier Garrett Brown, Dustin Reeves, James Kunkel, there's Mr. 48, is up there as well. Tyler Dixon, the number 54, in 6th place. Chris Bedwell off 1 spot, back in the mix, still inside the top 10 to 95. Started 6th, he's in 7th. Wyatt Brackett back to where Wyatt just can't get away from that spot. He's in 8th. As the 15 of Austin Shoemaker right there behind him. Shoemaker was able to take the lead earlier, but after a quick little pit stop, came in 2nd on stage 1. Checking in on Joe Mahar back here off 17, but he got back on the lead lap, so now he's getting around some of these drivers on the older tires, like the 84. There's a 16 right there. The 3's going to be aggressive there to the inside. It's going to make it clear. 85 of Mahar might have it here into the next turn. We've seen some of these drivers on older tires. 3 slides up into the turn. 16 now clear down to the bottom. Burchett's going to be back there with him. 85 of Mahar trying to move back forward, make forward progress here. He started 2nd and is in 15th right now, or in 17th right now. He's off 15 spots. He's there behind David Brackett, the number 3. Ray Rogers up 1 spot. He's driving his splashed out 51. I dig his paint scheme. Let's take a look. And a little closer look at what he's got going on here. Rogers race wraps and 1 Luck Designs. I think that's what that says. 1 inch designs. Oh, I got you. 1 inch designs. All right, Ray Rogers there. Shoemaker. Grenier, Brown. Grenier starting to close the distance on the 4. When you're out front, clean air is always good, but at draft even as important now as Grenier gets to the back bumper of the 4. This is all about the long haul. 17 to the inside of the 4. 4 is going to roll through the corner nice and easy. The 16, we got a stage win. Take a look, and it's going to be all about the end strategy here. We'll see how that works from Nick Gardner in the number 16. He's back here trying to hold on to that zone. He took fuel only, hoping for the extra set of tires to work in his favor, just in case there's a late race caution. Right now, 16 holding on. He is in 25th. He started 20th. Garrett Brown started 27th. He is on his own pit strategy here. Shoemaker, quarter second lead over the 17. Garrett Brown, different line for him now as he runs a more mid-line on the exit of 4. Front stretch for the drivers. The 6 still low here. Tyler Dixon started 10th, trying to work his way around the 6 here. Mid and low line for him. He's going to be trying to poke his nose to the outside. He's going to get it there. 95 of Chris Bedwell back to 6th where he started, so there's a slew of Toyotas here. Here's what your drivers are looking at here. Shoemaker in a Chevy, Grenier in a Toyota, Brown, Dixon, Reeves in Chevys, Bedwell and Brackett in Toyotas. First Fords in the mix is going to be Rich Swavely in the 38 here. Thomas Light in the 98. And another Toyota back there with Brad Fulham. Fulham, up 17, has the 48 with him. It's going to be James Kunkel, 17 and 8 positions respectfully for the 19 and the 48. Shoemaker started 7th. He is out front right now in that Chevy. 31 came to pit road. Maybe trying to split the race up for himself. Old Croft 2 laps down and 29th at the moment. Shepard's going to be there. The first car 1 lap down. First truck 1 lap down, so he'll be your lucky dog if we need one. 102 of 160. And we'll take a look and see what the strategy is going to be looking like here for the pit window for the top 10 here. 19 laps on the tires for the drivers here. 17 to the bottom. Trying to pull some of that time away from the 4 looking like he's running the same line. So 19 laps on the tires. I believe a few of those laps are going to be, I think 3 laps of those are going to be caution laps. So we will see how they're going to run here. It does look like 30 was the limit on fuel. So we'll see how that works in their favor here. So it should be 30. They might do a 30, 30, and a 20 lap run to the end. 0.3 of a second. Patience for Shoemaker. So he continues to run here. 21 laps on their strategy here. iRacing.com. Make sure that you go in if you want to be a part of the simulator. If you're not already a part of it, if you like what you see, you can join it too. iRacing.com. They have monthly and yearly subscriptions. Now, I will tell you that there are things that you do have to buy, kind of like DLC or downloadable content. That stuff is it's not all free, but you can sign up. They do have some promo codes out there where you can get like half off your first month or half off a year or something like that. Search for that stuff and get that. I do enjoy the simulator a lot. I've invested a lot of time, money, and energy into it myself. But I will tell you that you can start racing today, and you can get through your rookie license pretty easily. Enjoy yourself. Shoemaker, 0.4 of a second. Grenier in second, your pole sitter. And we're seeing that lap time that he did before in the first stage that's starting to fall off just a little bit. And on that same line he was running before, trying to change up paces here. It's going to try to change some things up, figure out a different line here. Because Garrett Brown is starting to, where Grenier loses to Shoemaker, Brown gains. Tyler Dixon doing the same thing. Dixon about 1.5 seconds off of Shoemaker here. Everybody else behind him, well, there they are. Bedwell to 5th now as he has some company in the form of the 6. Dustin Reeves up 17 spots. Started 23rd there to the outside, trying to get around Bedwell. Bedwell's going to hold on. Brackett's going to be there to the inside. Bedwell's going to be holding on to that position, so he clears it nice and easy. Light to the bottom. Thomas Light trying to take over 7th from Wyatt Brackett's going to have it here. Rich Swavely to the bottom as well. So the 98 to 38 trying to make a duo pass here. Teammates in front of Wyatt Brackett. Wyatt back to 8th. Can't get away from that spot, can he? Just can't get away from it. Austin Shoemaker's going to have the outside line here. He's off 5. He started 5th. He's in 10th. Trying to get to the bottom of the 38. Shoemaker carrying and crossing over. Looking to try to take that position away. His teammate out front, 0.3 of a second, and kind of maintaining as Garrett Brown tries to get to the back bumper of the 17 behind him. Shoemaker can only hope that the guys behind him start battling for that position, because he's not losing or gaining any ground here maybe a little lost on this one. Let's take a look at the last 5 lap times for the driver here. 105 through 107, he was better. 108 to 109, not as good. So now the 4 trying to do something different here as he comes around to the backstretch. 17 is going to close the distance this time by. I think Chris Shoemaker needs to just hold the same line he was doing. He was faster before, and now the 17 is starting to close the distance. Not trying to teach anybody how to drive here, I promise. 4:17, a little bit closer this time. Might have a lead change. 17 figured out a different line. He figured out how to be faster here. He's starting to cruise. Last time by 0.2 of a second faster is the 17 over the number 4. This time by, we're going to see here, because that relative changed this time. This time by 32.12, about a 14/100ths of a second faster is the 4 over the 17. 4, and that's kind of the battle that's going on right there. All right, let's see what's happening back here. Wyatt Brackett in on pit road. Kip Easley in his pit lane at the moment, number 24. He is taking early pit stops for himself. Grenier coming around. I do believe Shoemaker hitting pit road. He is. Tyler Dixon hitting pit road as well. Thomas Light in on pit road. Garrett Brown, there he is. There's a whole bunch of drivers. There's the look at pit road exit. The 33 of Wyatt Brackett. He went to pit road. He's off on pit road at this time. Let's see. Brackett's going to be there. Yeah. Grenier trying to come to pit road, I believe. There's pit road. There's the 17 of Grenier. Garrett Brown is not quite coming to pit road just yet. He's there in turn 1. Austin Shoemaker 2.7 seconds off of Garrett Brown. He is not ready to go to pit road this time by just yet. Ray Rogers carrying some speed. He came to pit road on 82, so he is doing a little bit more than what he needs to. Shoemaker a lap down to Brown. He would reassume the lead. Matt Grenier, when he came to pit road, only took fuel. So this time by, he comes back out. Or if he was, I don't know. Shoemaker in on pit road. Ray Rogers in on pit road as well. Garrett Brown in his pit stall. Grenier coming around. 4 on tires. 17 holding on. It's a little weird. The 17, I think he had to go to pit road twice. All right. There you go. Chris Bedwell turns his fastest lap of the race. Actually turns the fastest lap of the race. The 95 just pulled a 30.50. Get it, buddy. 95 up to third. Man. He is hauling Tuckus. This time by for him. I was going to say, could it be faster? Possible. 4 gets around the 17, and I believe they both only took fuel. So Shoemaker and Grenier holding on for maybe just a fuel stop only. Maybe possibly needing another set of tires for the end just in case. They will have to come to pit road one more time before the end of this race. That is for darn certain. Here's the pit strategy for the drivers. 30 for Shoemaker, 31 for Grenier, 28 for Bedwell. Dixon in on 30. Now, Bedwell, Tyler Dixon, Wyatt Brackett, Rich Swavely, Thomas Light. Those guys are going to be hauling because right now, Chris Bedwell, the 95, as tires. 95 inside for the lead. Bedwell takes over the lead. 54. Dixon's going to be right behind him. Another Toyota leads here. Something like the 11th lead change. 12th lead change. Apologies about that. Probably more than that. My math is off, or my counter's off. One of the two. Right now, Bedwell screaming fast. Wyatt Brackett to 33. Holding on. Brown a lap down to number 10. Here, Brown's going to be your lucky dog. He's got drivers ahead of him that are faster. Joe Mahar. Where's Joe? Joe right there. Got a 37. Dylan Jones to the inside. The 85. Just kind of cruising. Finding his way back inside the top 10. He started second. He's in 12th. Bedwell. Right behind the 77. Gets around to 77. 77 will be your lucky dog. Tony Edrington going a lap down to the race leader this time by. Also, Harrington, the next driver for him. Bedwell 3/10 of a second. A little bit closing for him between he and Dixon. So 3 and 4/10 of a second, kind of bouncing back and forth. Wyatt Brackett to third. The number 33. You didn't tune in beforehand as well. Make sure that we have the 77 up into the wall right there. He's going to dive down below. Hopefully keep himself out of the way into the grass here. 33 of Brackett. Trying to close some distance there. That kind of makes things a little bit difficult. Shoemaker, Austin Shoemaker up to 5th this time. He goes around his teammate before here. These guys on different pit strategies and probably hoping for a long run here. I wouldn't doubt that. With three sets of tire changes, that only gives you, and that makes the race really difficult on 160 laps. It gives you one tire change for every 40 laps, and realistically, with as many times you need to come to pit road, you really hurt yourself more than anything, forcing the drivers forcing the issue there of holding on to old tires. Really kind of bogs things down. You overuse your tires, you overuse your race, then really drives it in. So, and they did extend the races too from because the TRUCS Series has become the only series now for the National Motorsports Simulation Association. The cars have extended the lengths of the race. This is the battle for the lead right here. I think they probably should have extended the tires as well. One more set would have made everybody comfortable. But that's just my opinion. Not necessarily what needs to happen. These guys are doing a phenomenal job of managing strategies here. So very happy to see Dixon out front, the 54. As the 95 of Chris Bedwell behind him. Swavely starting to catch. Rich Swavely, the 38. Going to be Chevy, Toyota, Ford. Toyota, Chevy, Ford. Man. Almost like a song there. Chevy, Toyota, Ford. Toyota, Chevy, Ford. Weird. You sing it. I don't want to. Dixon faster. Rich Swavely. Cruising. Dixon into the corner, 126 of 160. He came to pit road on 112. Bedwell on 110, 113 for Swavely, 114 for Austin Shoemaker. He held out as long as he could. So he's going to be looking at Wyatt Brackett's bumper right here a little bit faster, and that's going to be the big key here. Who's going to be able to take this all the way to the end and have the right strategy at the end? Like Zala is out. Something happened with him. I didn't see what happened. But the number 14 has parked it. George in on pit road. He picks up another spot. Go back and see. I'm scrolling, folks. Don't see it. I don't see it. 54 inside the 34 puts him a lap down. That'll be Harden tracking down Harrington, the number 78. Right now, Bedwell phone is second behind, but Rich Swavely is carrying the 29 with him. There is Clint Leatherwood in the 29, the Pub Table Racers machine. That's what I was talking about before. PubTableRacers.com. Make sure you go and give those guys a like and follow for me. They are absolutely amazing to listen to. They have their podcast that starts shortly before this race does. It starts at 7 Central, I think 8 Eastern. And they go live, and then we go live at 9 Eastern. Those guys are absolutely hilarious. They have a good podcast, too, so go and check them out. On all, I think iTunes, Spotify. You'll hear the commercial here in a little bit, about 30 in about 31 laps. You'll be able to hear that. So, guys are phenomenal. All good things for them. Tyler Dixon trying to carry this as long as he can. Is 117. Bedwell and Swavely back and forth. These guys have had their battles a few times. I don't mean that in like a dramatic way. I mean that definitely in they've been side by side several times before. 38, Swavely goes around for second. Bedwell just a few laps off. 15 of Shoemaker catches the field. And he's staring at the top three going, I want that spot. Tyler Dixon, 1.12. And I believe Swavely, the last time by, was faster. He was. Tyler Dixon, lap times. All but lap 129 was Swavely faster. And Swavely came to pit road on 113. He's on 1 lap fresher tires than the 54. Right now, the 61 coming to pit road. Going to try to split this into his own segment. Swavely to Dixon this time. Let's see what happens with this lap time. Almost identical, 2/1000th of a second between the two drivers. Swavely pulling a little bit more in. The Shoemaker picks up third. Swavely to Shoemaker. Shoemaker a little bit slower on 132. He gets around the 95 of Bedwell. Shoemaker to the high line. 38 coming to pit road, so is the 95. Shoemaker's going to stick it out. 134 of 160. Wyatt Brackett half second off of lap times to Shoemaker. Shoemaker tracks down to 54. Tyler Dixon right there. The difference in times between he and Austin Shoemaker, that thing's closing, and I mean the door is closing fast, and that is probably has everything to do with just the 4-lap difference on tires. There's a little bit of lap traffic there. The 54 leading out front. It just seems like the downforce changes on everything. Dixon, Shoemaker, Light, Fulham, Rogers, Jones, Easley, Lanier, Mahar, Brackett, Hastings picking up top 10 here so far as they both start their green flag pit cycles. 15 seconds between the 10 and the 10th place and the first place. And it's starting to shrink just a little bit. It's 54, 25 laps to go here in the Truck Series. This time by Shoemaker closing the distance. They'll need to come to pit road. Thomas Light in on pit road right now. Drivers inside the top 10. 9 of them look to be not coming to pit road yet. David Brackett, the number 3, hasn't come to pit road yet either. Tyler Dixon coming to pit road right now. Austin Shoemaker is going to lead another lap. There he is, trying to put himself out there. Now, what has happened notoriously in the past, and kind of statistics here, the 15, with 24 laps to go inside that last fuel window, we've had a caution that has put many a driver down several laps. So, or down, at least down a lap. So that's given the go-ahead to those who are there. And right now, I believe Moletta, Rogers coming off pit road, Dixon a lap down, 66 right there in front of the 15. 66 needs, there you go high, let the leader by. Right now, Moletta's going to be a lap down to the 15. Shoemaker needing to come to pit road. He's going to do so this time. Fulham might take over the lead here. Let's see if Brad sticks it out another lap. I think Brad's going to lead. Brad comes in whenever he feels like it. Grenier going to stick it out again as well. Brad Fulham coming around. Austin Shoemaker took tires last time by. Let's see what happens here. 19 has the 95, but Bedwell going around. Bedwell's going to get a lap back here. This is all about finishing position. 19's going to stick it out another lap. Shoemaker took tires that time by. Shoemaker's going to be a lap down to the race leader. I believe the 19 might be looking for 20 laps to go. Go as long as he can. Dylan Hastings to second here. 7.9 seconds off with a whole lot of fresh tires behind him. Hastings high line over the 43. Hastings was going to try to come out front this time by. Not going to happen. 133, Rich Swavely. 28 seconds off. He is out front, and he is hauling tail. He's out front and third on the fresh tire, so that's the driver you'll be looking at here. The 19 of Fulham trying to lead here. 7.8 seconds. The 54 trying to get a lap back. That's Dixon. Brackett's going to be right behind him. There's the 61 getting a lap back. White Brackett's going to be there. Austin Shoemaker's going to be there. Now the 19 coming to pit road, needing some extra tires here. Needing something to go the way that he needs to. Dylan Hastings coming around. He's going to lead a lap here. Brad Fulham, the 19, not far off. Fulham still on pit road. Rich Swavely starting to close the distance between the 8 and the 38. The 8 needs to come to pit road at least, very shortly. So here he comes. He's coming to pit road. So Dylan Hastings, last car to complete a green flag pit cycle. Or last truck is Rich Swavely coming around here. 19 laps to go. Swavely has a comfortable lead at the moment between he and Bedwell. 1.5 seconds between he and the 95. Swavely out front here as Bedwell starts to close the distance. Last time by, Swavely a 39.8. Tyler Dixon a 38.5. Austin Shoemaker 31.08. So everybody inside the top 5. So we got Swavely, Bedwell here. The 95, 1.2 seconds. Was a little bit slower this last time by. Let's see what he does this time as we see some things tracking in his favor. Swavely 31.17, Bedwell a 10th faster. Tyler Dixon runs a 39.2. Shoemaker a 31 flat that last time by. So these guys are 17 laps to go, starting to catch that 6-second gap between he and Rich Swavely. Swavely losing ground, 17 laps to go to the 95, just a little by little. So he just needs to hold his pace and keep going. Tyler Dixon to 54. 30.90 this time by Austin Shoemaker, 31.02. Dixon closing the distance, 3 seconds off the pace, 3.5 seconds off the pace of the race leader. Chris Shoemaker, the 4, has battled all night, got a stage win, came in on 133 with the race leader right behind Wyatt Brackett. Thomas Light, many seconds off of him. I'm sorry, Chris Shoemaker, 1.5 seconds is Thomas Light off to him, and now we've got some drivers with some fresher tires trying to go around the 78. Is trying to apply some pressure to the 4. 78. It's Sean Harrington. He would be your lucky dog. 4 there with the 48 of James Cook. Swavely, 1.2 seconds. The 57 out there. Clanton 13 laps down. Now to the 38, 14 laps to go. The Kentucky 240. 10 coming off pit road. Garrett Brown, I believe, had to serve a black flag. Swavely, Bedwell, Dixon, Shoemaker, Brackett. That's going to be your top 5. And everything past that, 13 seconds and growing. And shrinking, actually. I take that back. Chris Shoemaker, line 78, applying some pressure to the 4 here. That is only hurting one of those. It's only hurting the 4 more so than the 78. Still a top 10 finish for the 4, but it'll allow the 37 to close the distance. As you see, the 78 really just racing the 4 like they were a little closer in the relative to each other. I say relative into the standings to each other. So Harrington is in 21st, a lap down to everybody. He's trying to get around the 4. The 4 trying to catch up to the field. And 12 laps to go. Rich Swavely, very comfortable at the moment, but that draft is going to be starting to come into play for the 95 of Bedwell. Shoemaker starting to close the distance to Tyler Dixon by a half a second. Tyler Dixon's laps have fallen off pace quite profusely over the last 3 or 4 laps, and I think it might have to do with just some traffic. It might have to do with some time here. Over the last 5 laps, the 54 has fallen almost a full second to Shoemaker here. So the 54 doing the best that he can. 95 of Bedwell trying to close the distance to Rich Swavely. 10 laps to go here. As you see, Rich Swavely to Bedwell. Lap 148 was the better lap for Swavely. 10 to go. This is going to be interesting coming down to the wire, because with 10 laps here, that 2-second gap between Swavely even to Brackett. Brackett's starting to close the distance. Shoemaker to the inside of Tyler Dixon. To the outside, sorry, to the outside. 15 drives around the 54. I think 54 might have just burnt up his tires. He is dropping. There's the 3 right there. 15 trying to go around some of the drivers. 3 to the high line. Or 3 to the low line, 15 to the high line. And the 54 is going to be able to play cat and mouse here and catch back up. Shoemaker trying to catch Bedwell. That's going to be the driver that we were talking about earlier about the pit strategy. Try to put yourself in condition yourself for position for the end of the race. And right here, the 15, proving that that strategy is going to be the big key. 95 crosses over the 15. 95 is going to have to hold that line, because that Chevy is a haul and tail, and a crossover coming from the 15 to the 95. 15 down low below the 95. 7 laps to go. This is for second. The wobbly boots Chevy Silverado cruising to second. 95 of Bedwell picking up the draft here. That might work in his advantage as well. The 33 of Wyatt Brackett starting to close. He's got a top 5 night for himself. The 4 of Shoemaker starting to close a little bit too. Half-second difference. Swavely to Shoemaker. Half of a second between here and the end of the race. 6 laps to go. Rich Swavely just needs to hold what he's doing. And I hope that he held off a little bit. Right now, the 38, the only Ford inside the top 10. It goes Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. And right now, 5 to go. Rich Swavely needs to hold on. 0.2 of a second. The difference. The 15 to the 38. Down to the bumper. Down to the crossover. 15 carrying to the back stretch, to the back bumper of the 38. 5 laps to go. The 15 trying to find a good way around. And he's going to utilize that midline just like we did. He has to the race. He's got 5 lap fresher tires than the 38. The 38's going to be able to hold that higher line for a little bit here. Down, crossover, side by side into turn 1, 4 laps to go. 15 to the bumper. Not clear just yet. 15 inside, 38 side draft, 15. Turn 4, 4 to go. 38 into the draft of the 15. 15 carrying the front stretch. It's not over, folks. There's still racing left. The 38 has been out front this entire time. Now he can carry the draft. 15/10 of a second between the 38 and the 15. Now to 2/10. He's got some lap traffic. The 43 trying to carry and get a lap back here. And that's going to play a big factor into how this is going to work. Chevy right there, the 43, a lap down to these drivers. That's only going to play a factor into the 38 at the moment. Midline run, 3 laps to go. Shoemaker starting to pull away from the field here. And now the 43 trying to clear the 38 of Swavely. Swavely to second, led the last half, or the last good section of the race here. And right now Bedwell looks to be closing the distance on him. Austin Shoemaker, Lebanon native, out here, 2 laps to go. Looking at a few more turns here from the rest of the race. White flag wave, Shoemaker. Next flag ends it no matter what it is. Which there shouldn't be a caution on a white flag. Come on! It happens on iRacing occasionally. 15, 2 more turns, 1 second left. The 43 needs to carry and hold. Bedwell to the inside to the outside. 38 out there. I think 38's out of fuel. 15, corner, front stretch. Shoemaker wins it here at Kentucky. Bedwell to second, and I believe Swavely might have ran out of fuel. Tyler Dixon to third. Wyatt Brackett comes home fourth. Rich Swavely coasting as far as he can. Swavely took it all the way to fifth. Brad Fulham in sixth. Chris Shoemaker in seventh, right back where he started. Matt Grenier, the pole sitter, finishes eighth. Gardner, the 16, finishes ninth. Dylan Jones to 10th. Austin Shoemaker came in on 138 and finishes in the lead and has enough to burn it down. As they burn it down, you started to hear it in the beginning. Here it is again.
Congratulations to the winner from Pub Table Racers. My name is Warren Brissell. I've been in NASCAR for 20 plus years, Sitting next to me is
My name's Tim Packman. I'm involved in the short track industry and NASCAR for about 30 years. And we have a Facebook Live show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, pubtableracers.com. And we invite you to come check all that out.
Apple Podcast also.
Yep, we have all that too. And Warren, what's it like to be involved with this league?
We're very proud to be involved with this league. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to the winner as you pull into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane.
Cheers.
An exciting finish to the race here as we get things wrapped up. And man, what a race it was. The top three battled all race long. Very short on cautions, very short on everything that you could ever ask for drama. And when it came down to it, it was all about finishing position and how much fuel you had at the end. Tyler Dixon comes home third, and I wanted to bring him in first because, man, you were cruising, you were fast on the fresh tires, and you were setting records there for a minute. At one moment, you did have the fastest lap of the race, and then Chris Bedwell goes in and just puts a damper. Walk us through the race and kind of how you did things and how things worked out for you.
Yeah, we didn't take tires until the beginning of the last stage. Just right around that second stage, tried to stay out of issues. Third stage, I just went for it, just aggressive as I could be. And looking back, I wish I would have saved a little bit more when I got out that last time. Maybe had something there at the end to get around Chris. I don't think I was touching Austin, but yeah, it was a good, fun race. Glad to be back in the TRUCS Series, so that's fun.
Definitely a good race to watch, and of course, welcome back. I had forgotten you had driven before. I've got two Dixons that I keep getting confused. You're in this one, and I have a Dixon in another series. So, but still good drive off here. The 54 comes home. It was all about you had 3 tire changes total, so that the tires are going to be very precious at this racetrack, especially considering at night how bad it wears. Did that play a big factor on that second stage, or was it more waiting to the end?
It was really just waiting till the end. I figured there'd be a group of people that took tires after the first stage, and I was really hoping to get a late race caution. I really felt like my short run speed was pretty good. Felt like I could have had something maybe to win it at the end if we could have got a caution with like 5 or 10 to go, but didn't happen. But move on, and really happy with the finish.
Top 3 finishes not so bad. Give your shout outs out there. Appreciate you, and congratulations, top 3.
Yeah. Thank you, friends and family, mom watching. Thanks to the teammates, Dylan Jones running with me tonight. And I want to thank my sponsor, Wingman Sports. Check them out at wingman-sports for all the up-to-date news and NASCAR information. But thank you. And thank you for broadcasting. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tyler Dixon comes home third, and the number 54 Chevy Silverado has a great day for him, and what a good day it was. And the guy next up, the guy that I thought had the right strategy, but I tell you what, I keep talking to you about bridesmaids and the positions where you finish here, but I'm not. You had a heck of a day, man. Chris Bedwell, St. Charles, Missouri. He's about 2 hours from me. Tell me about your race, my man, and what a good. I mean, you definitely had a good race, my man.
Thanks. Yeah, something happened in the beginning where my button box wasn't working, so like I couldn't turn the truck on and start it. So I had to escape out and then rejoin back in. So I had to start from pit lane. So that put me behind the 8 ball immediately, but it sort of worked out. Was able to save tires in the back, save tires all the way through both those stages. Didn't take a set until the end of stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then just sort of survived and ran clean and started sort of short pitting there when I got into my fuel window for that last run, short pitted. It almost worked, and then Mr. Austin had to go and throw that away.
Yeah.
That's all right. He deserves it. He's been waiting for it just as long as I have. But yeah, I was kind of shocked because Richard and I pitted at the same time, and he runs out. I guess that was after the white flag, coming out of 2. And yeah, second again. It is what it is. We'll get it eventually.
Second's still good in points. I
Yeah.
And I've interviewed you quite a bit. So
Yeah, I didn't get any stage points tonight, so not as good as some guys with their stage points, but it's a good finish, solid points.
yeah, definitely is. And you're not far from me, so I'm giving you an air high five from the Missouri boys. But you drove the Toyota well. You had the fastest lap of the race, and man, oh man, it was good to see. I thought you were going places, man. And but you did. You still finished inside the top five. You had a clean truck, and you had a good drive off. Congratulations on a P2. Make sure that you give your shout outs. I appreciate you, man.
Um, well, I'm kind of on my own now. No teammates shout outs, but I guess shout out to uh, Dylan for the league, you for the broadcast, and as always, all my buddies over at HSR, the Shoemakers, Dustin Reeves and Garrett Brown. We always practice together. Just not enough room on the charter because you have to have four teammates. So I guess I'm fifth by adoption, or I don't know what you want to call it, but I ran with those guys in Discord, so it was fun.
Yeah, you're a fifth wheel today, but it's okay. You finished second.
Right.
Good, bro. All right, my man. Congratulations on a P2 finish.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Chris Badwell. I call him the bridesmaid often, but I don't mean it in a bad way. He does a phenomenal job and has just a fantastic race each and every time. He does work really hard to do it, but I really have to give my hats off to this guy. He's been searching for a win for a minute, and I've been looking forward to it. I mean, I've interviewed you before, but now I get to say my favorite number, the number 15, and my neighbor for about like 30 minutes away, Lebanon, Missouri native Mr. Austin Shoemaker. Buddy, you had the right strategy, and it was the strategy that I kind of called it early on kind of what you were doing.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I was trying to save an extra set for the end, so I didn't take any tires after the first stage. It's kind of a last minute call. Didn't make up my mind until I got on the pits on the last time. Decided to go ahead and take tires there. I was hoping to save an extra set for the last 10 laps in case the late caution came out, but looked like it paid off.
It did pay off, and you were able to. It was I think it was like a 6-second difference by the time the entire green flag run had happened to that first position, and then next thing you know, you're just passing people. You've got lap traffic that you were able to contend with, and it seemed like that was going to be the end all to be all at the very end. How are we going to be able to navigate with 20 laps to go? And you did a phenomenal job at it. Kentucky tire eater, high line and low line. You kind of ran the middle.
Yep. I tried running the low line early in the race in the first stage, and then once the tires started to wear out a little bit, I tried running that middle to high groove, and it seemed like I was getting some pretty good runs coming off of 4 there. So, yeah, it worked out pretty well. And then I was lucky that with me being about 8 seconds back off that last pit strategy, I took tires probably 8 laps later than everybody else, it felt like. So I was able to save enough just for the end to make a charge.
It seemed like it was the right strategy. 5 laps. Let's see. Bedwell had 133. You came in on 138. So that's a big strategy. It's a big difference. It's a lot of time to be making up, and the right strategy paid off. Fuel strategy was there, and man, oh man, you come home in victory lane here, and you were able to keep it clean.
Yep.
All right, man. Give your shout outs out there. We always like to hear it, especially wobbly boots.
Absolutely. I'd like to give a shout out to Wobbly Boots, Rockin' Revs Barbecue, my teammates, Chris, Dustin, Garrett. They had some good stages tonight as well. I'd like to give a shout out to my Uncle David, who's always tuning in, Gary and Marlene, my mom, and my friends Braden and Kenna that always tune in to watch me every week as well.
Absolutely. Jody's your mom?
Yep.
And she said, nice win.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, my man. Congratulations on the win here, and definitely going to be looking forward to next week. And make sure that you can give your mom something special for Mother's Day.
Absolutely. Early win always helps.
All right, my man. appreciate you very much, and congratulations on the win here. And Uptable Racers Victory Lane as the 15. And I'm gonna send a picture to the Barretts of your truck winning here.
All right, sounds good. Thanks as always, Jason.
You're welcome, Garrett. Garrett Brown had a good day out there. I'm checking up with the chats here. Garrett Brown had a good day. Had a good day, and then he kind of fell off pace, but he worked himself back up there, folks. But your race winner, more importantly, the 15 of Austin Shoemaker, Chris Bedwell, Tyler Dixon. That's going to be it. Let's go over your race results here, and that's going to be brought to you by Pub Table Racers and Omega Leaf CBD. PubTableRacers.com. You got to check all of that out. They have some awesome information on their website about what they have, but at the same time, find them on Facebook, find them on iTunes, on Spotify, any of those platforms out there. Austin Shoemaker, your race winner in the number 15. Chris Bedwell, Tyler Dixon, Wyatt Brackett, Rich Swavely, all top fives. Brad Fulham had a good day right there. I was excited to see our Canadian friend do it justice, get himself inside the top 10. Again, Chris Shoemaker, the number 4, won stage 1, finishes inside the top 10 as well. Matt Grenier, the pole sitter, finishes in 8th. Nick Gardner in 9th. Dylan Jones in 10th. Mahar Hastings, Light, Easley, Burchett. That's going to be through your top 15. Mike Watts finishes in 18th. Moving on down that list. There it is. Clint Leatherwood in 23rd. Kunkel, 25th. Garrett Brown, there he is. Finishes a couple of laps down in 26th. He was doing really well, and kind of expected to see him there in the top 5, but the strategy kind of just didn't work out for him there. But still had a good race, clean race for the most part. And then, of course, all the way down to George, our buddy, he finishes in 31st, and Mr. Zella finishes in 32nd. Thank you to Zach Taylor for running all the stuff behind the scenes, and a big special thank you to the National Motorsports Simulation Association for being part of this league. Make sure that you get out there and you find them on Facebook. They'll have all the information for you. I do not run this league. I can just point you in the right direction, so make sure that you do that. Reminder that next week's Signature Esports Facebook page is where the streams and broadcasts are going to be for all iRacing things. Unless I'm behind the wheel, then I will stream it to Twitch and Facebook at the same time. All the rest of the videos will be uploaded to YouTube afterwards. I do appreciate everybody out there. Thank you very much for all that you do. But be sure that you get out there and give us a like and follow on all of our platforms. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Signature Esports is a platform for iRacing broadcasts. And happy Mother's Day. If I don't see you, have a good afternoon, good evening, and, of course, a good morning.